Oh, it's about to go down.
Wait, I need to slow yourself.
Hold up. Keep the stream up.
Also, that's different.
Oh, I'm taking this game seriously, chat. There is gonna be no joking around. We solving this like this a real murder. Do this. Yeah. You look like he did it. Not on my watch, boy. Not on my watch. Boy, am I nervous. Oh, hiya, Chief.
Ooh, I got the better. Well, I'd say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. I never takes on another trial right off the bat like this.
Alright, I'm not gonna be able to do my voice because I have a sore throat. There's a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yeah, actually, I kind of owe my current job to him.
Welcome to Dusk.
He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
You playing Ace.
Oh, Hegs, yeah, I'm treating this all like it's a real case. There are no jokes.
Love it.
There is no... No. I'm treating this like it was real. Be quiet, Mari! My PS4 controller is crying. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. Oh, it's over, man. My life, everything. It's all over, bruh. Isn't that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death, despair. Oh, God. I mean, I'm gonna die, bruh. I'm gonna die, man. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I'm afraid to die. What? What's wrong, dude? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished, man. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me, man. Who took my baby away? Person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy that arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack of getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. And that I owe him one. Which is why I took this case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. English!
English, whatever. Can you help me with my homework?
How? It's English. It's not hard.
I know.
It's your own
I don't
language.
agree with homework.
Alright, hold up, chat. I'm gonna have to move the screen around so you can see the bottom as well. Side. Sorry about that. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Me, bruh. The defendant is me, right?
Right! Completely lost your mind! Focus! The defendant is the person on trial. Sinclair. Oh yeah, right! This is no laughing matter. It passed.
Sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. Defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts. Correct. Just keep your wits out and you'll be fine. What? 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 Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what the victim's name is. I know this one. Glad I read the case report to cover it so many times. It's... Wait. No, what? I'm drawing it to a blank here. Phoenix, you're totally sure you're up to this? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record. Touch the court record button to check it out anytime, okay? Remember to check it off. Do it for me, okay? Thank you. What?
Every time I say ooh in school, like all the boys are like, "What the heck? Is that like why?"
Uwu is not accepted common. Now moving on. Because it makes you sound like an e-girl. No. No. I'm trying to solve a murder here and you're over going, ew. Sydney Stone. The victim's name is Sydney Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what's the cause of death? She died because she was blunt force trauma to the head. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. You don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright just told us the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepted it into evidence. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. Evidence is the only ammunition you have in this court. That's crazy, Mari. I'm in a court case. I'm in a court case. I can't do
But
tea.
yeah,
Not while I'm in a court case. No! Prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Harry gets excited easily. This could... Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet! Cleopatra and Mark Anthony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped, she just wasn't taking my phone calls! Or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you described is genuinely what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day she died. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. Took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Mrs. Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer the question. Yeah, Larry has a way of keeping running his mouth in all of the wrong directions. Just wait and see what happens. Might be better not to get involved in this one. Well, Mr. Butts? No way! Didn't she die? Die, I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in heaven, the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh, boy, this is not so good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. He went. What do I do? What?
Oh, you were replying to Gay Gage, so I'll just call you that. Your Halloween banner.
Okay, that's at least something compared to something like me kissing Babel.
Bagel.
I'm in a court case. I'm literally trying to solve a murder. No, this is a freaking murder case. Somebody died. Cindy Block. Cindy Stone, I mean. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth! Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who was your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Fink Solid to the stand. Mr. Solid, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Solid, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must have been in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. That's when I saw her laying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quit and fried and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in the apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. That man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Salet used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your appreciation. I have to reading the text is playing the game. I still have to present the evidence and think. Now, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You may begin with your cross-examination. Cross-examination? Your Honor? Alright, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What do you mean? What exactly am I supposed to do? What? You exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then the witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you have found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Now, before we go over the witness testimony, let's take a good look at the evidence we have got so far. Hold up. Now, if we look, the time of death was around 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. That already is a bit of a contradiction, considering that he had said that the death was around 1 p.m.
I said hello. Well,
So-
I wish you rubbed
Hey, yo.
hands on my face.
Anyway. Thought he must have been in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him, thinking it was strange. I looked inside the apartment, then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed and frightened and found myself unable to go outside. I thought immediately, however, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Really now? I wonder if this will work. There's a mic feature. I wonder if it's actually gonna work. Objection! I'm gonna set up the mic just so I can do this. Okay, configuration. Microphone set. Walt. Okay, let's see if it works now. Objection! It's not working. I sound like an idiot. Microphone settings. Use connected physical microphone. These modes require use of a mic hotkey. Alright then. Let's go to configuration. Hotkey config. Microphone. Just gonna make it M on my keyboard. Okay. Do I just press M? Objection! Bruh. Objection! Bruh! What am I doing wrong, bro? I said it is him. Here, hotkey config. Microphone, I'll put that as this. Okay. There. The witness's statement clear. Oh, I accidentally presented the wrong evidence. I presented the wrong evidence. Whoopsie boopsie. Do the math. Objection! 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 You know what? I got a simple way to do it. Objection! There. You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? What? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that the time of death was sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to... Well, there was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that... Oh, This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now! Would you care to give your testimony again? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that misunderstanding. Yeah. Okay. I see. You heard a voice saying that on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Gladly, Your Honor. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. So, you say that you have heard a voice of a taped program. However, as you can see in what little court evidence that we have, it literally says that there was a time where there was a blackout. Guess the victim must have been watching a taped video program. Objection. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said that there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Well... The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite hard plausible to myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant contradictions are harming your credibility. You see, that's rather distraughting. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There
was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. I'm as straight can be.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. It was 10 o'clock, wasn't it? Yeah, the murder weapon. Killer used it.
Objection. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
What? You with your objections and your evidence.
Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
The witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it makes time out loud. As it doesn't look like it was a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Absolutely. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he had never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he... You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh yeah. I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon just spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the victim's face.
The witness. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That's that thing. I never. Look, the clock. I heard no. I mean, I saw. Shut up. I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her. He should burn. Give him death.
Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright? Your Honor.
Hello.
Your claim that sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sawyer heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is simply clear if you try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now. Here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? What?
Can we drive?
No! I asked the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about? He seemed like the clock is.
running 3 hours slow. You know, it was running 3 hours late. If you can't prove that, you don't have the game. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot allow you to indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Solid.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like I'm a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. That was it. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do.
Not so fast, Mr. Solid!
Mia! I mean, Chief! Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think! But Chief, it's over.
How did I click off the game?
I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder.
How did the game freeze again?
Nobody can prove that.
Why did the game keep freezing?
Well, yes, but that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yeah. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You just might have the evidence, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course.
There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. And I clicked off the game again.
Have words! Let's see what you pull this one.
Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Your Honor, there clearly was a passport.
Take that!
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day of the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there.
The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast.
The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit?
Or should I say Mr. Did It? Yeah.
Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than I expected. Mr. Payne, your client, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this case finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, the court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Sawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of their house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Stop freezing, game.
Whew.
I still can't believe we won.
Stop freezing, game!
Right! Good. Stop!
Good job in there. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Why does it keep doing that? Why is it doing that? Not at all. Not at all. All your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy.
If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry! You're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. What? No! I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. She's gone forever. Larry, she was... Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you! I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever! Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat? Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't that the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Larry? Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. The heck is she talking about? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? Where'd you get that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. Think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Oh, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, and grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. That would be all. Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent Buck. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me about that more sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me, unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't keep. Case 1 down. Easy peasy lagama-gweezy. No, now I'm ending the stream. That one case alone took 40 minutes. I'll stream more Ace Attorney later on today when my throat feels a bit better. I ain't gonna play